again, like for an example, when we were kids, we were in pre-nursery, nursery, when we were taught alphabets, we were given the calligraphy books.
Yeah.
To, your handwriting should be this, your handwriting should be that, you should
There
write
are
the whole thing.
two red marks.
Exactly.
Then there is this two black lines.
Blue
in between.
lines, yes, that divides the upper part of the handwriting, middle part of the handwriting, and the lower
So you
part.
have to be in, if smaller characters are there,
That
they
has
have
to be in
in
the middle part.
Exactly.
Right. So a fun fact there as well. So the upper part, the middle part, and the lower part of your handwriting is equivalent to the upper part of your body, middle part of your body, and the lower part of your body. So the upper part of the handwriting will describe how your personality, how your brain works, or are you a gossip king or a gossip queen, or can you keep secrets or not. Everything that describes the upper part of the body will be represented in the upper part of the handwriting. The middle part will tell you about the middle part of your body, and the lower part of the handwriting will describe the lower part of your body.
Wow.
So that is another fact.
So let's go a bit deeper into this.
Okay, for example, let's talk about the upper part of the body, or the upper part of the handwriting, because it's equivalent, right? For example, when I'm writing an alphabet, for example, I'm writing the alphabet H, right? So the loop that is going is not very equivalent to the lower part of the body, right? The loop is this small where it should have been this big, right? If it's that small, that means you're not dumb, you're not stupid, no, but it's just you have a lack of ideas maybe, right? And whereas if it's huge, like abnormally huge, like it's not the normal size either, it's huge, that means that you have so many creative ideas, you have so much going on in your head, you have creative ideas, you are just not finding the outlet to put it.
Okay, that is the reason you told about my handwriting.
Exactly, because you have a very huge upper part in the handwriting. That is why I said that you have so many great ideas, so many creative ideas, and you were just hunting where you can put all of your creative ideas to. Right? Am I right?
That's impressive.
Yeah, so that is what it means. And for the middle part, for example, anything in your middle part of the handwriting is crooked, right?
Okay.
You are not completing the alphabet, or it's like a little wavy or anything.
In middle, how you cannot complete, because
For
down you cannot complete, up you cannot complete,
Right.
but in middle, how you cannot complete
For an example, in the alphabet A, right? Okay, we are taught cursive handwriting. Let's talk about the normal kind of handwriting. And if you put, for A, you have to put a loop and then a stick,
Yeah.
right? What if you do not complete that loop? Or if it's crooked, if it's a little wavy, right? And it's not just one alphabet. You have to analyze the whole thing, the whole sample that you have of the handwriting, so that you can see if it's very continuous, if it's very prominent in the handwriting sample, then you can conclude, yes, this is the personality trait. You cannot just go by one incidence where they wrote it that way and you are coming to a conclusion. No, you have to see if it's prominent, if it's happening again and again. That is when you conclude, okay, this is a part of their personality, right? So for example, as I said, middle part mein, if anything is crooked, right, that is, you can tell them, okay, maybe you have a back problem, maybe you do not have a healthy gut. You can tell them. You can actually tell this by looking at their handwriting. I remember I was analyzing my brother's handwriting. He's 10 years elder to me, and I was a kid when he had this back problem in his tailbone. I didn't even remember when I was analyzing in writing, and when I even gave out him his report, I did not remember at all. He's my cousin. So I told him, with looking at his handwriting, that the middle part of your handwriting is a little crooked. That means that you have a health issue maybe, because it's crooked. You maybe have a health problem in your middle part of the body, and that's when he realized, and that's when he mentioned it again. Remember that I had this fall on the stairs and I had problem with my tailbone and everything. Since then I have this problem. I have a problem in my back, in the lower part of my back.
Wow. So your handwriting loops of handwriting, the middle part, if it's
Excellent.
wavy, if it's not properly finished, that also tells you about how your health is.
Sometimes,
Sometimes.
yes, it does. It's one of the indicators.
Wow.
It sure is. So, for example, let's talk about the lower part now. We'll see how the loops are going. Are the loops finished? Are the loops stick like figures? Or are you not completing the loops? It's you are making the loop, but it's not going up until the end. You're
So
not
you are like, let's say there's a G, so you are going like this, but you're leaving it here. You're not completing it.
Exactly. It's unfinished, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that means you have a tendency to leave your work or leave your tasks unfinished. Right? For example, for me, when I was in grade 6 or 7, I remember my handwriting was that way that I used to just drop the loops. I used to do it for aesthetic purposes because that was in trend. But I remember when the trend was over, even unconsciously then, I was just leaving the loops there. And I remember my mom literally being after my life to, complete whatever you were starting. I used to start drawing. I used to start coloring a piece of paper, drawing it, and I got bored. I used to have maybe a snack or something, and I used to just leave it. I never finished that drawing if I started it. And that is how I remember when I analyzed my own handwriting. Yeah, I had this kind of handwriting in those grades, and that is how I was. So, as your personality develops, your handwriting changes. Your handwriting is not the same as it was in grade second and third, because of course they were formative years as well. But your personality wasn't the same at that time either. As your personality grew, your personality developed, as you evolved, same went with your handwriting. It evolved, it changed. So it's the magic of handwriting.
Wow.
Yeah.